G'day curd nerds. It's been a long time since I've been in front of the camera, but here is another cheese making video. Now, the other day I got an email from a regular customer who used to buy stuff from our shop called Lindsay, and Lindsay said unfortunately he has to give up cheese making because he's moving into a smaller premises. And he would like to give away all his cheese making equipment that he's collected over the years. So, even though my back hasn't been the best, I jumped at the chance, figured out a way on how to get this stuff without driving too far, and I managed to pick up this big haul of cheese making equipment. Now I'm going to go through some of the bits, but you know, not the whole lot, because there's so much to see. It's just, I was flabbergasted when I opened the two big tea chest cardboard boxes that were filled to the brim with molds and presses and ripening boxes and the like. So I'll show you a couple of the special ones that he's imported from overseas. This one here is an Edam mold, and it's for 2 kilograms of Edam, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's mesh inside, and it's shaped like a cannonball. So when you put the thing in, you get a cannonball style, just like Edam. This mold alone, I was looking online, is worth 120 euros, which is about 197 or 200 Australian dollars. So for one single mold. I hope you got a lot of good use out of it. I certainly will, because I want to revisit the Edam video I made years and years ago, which ended up being late blown slightly, but it was edible. But yeah, that was interesting. Also, there's a Gouda mold. This is a different style than the, so this is different than the bigger one that I got given by Lauder, another Netherlands company. This one is from, who's the company? So there's a company name on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Cadova, which is a Netherlands or Dutch company. Now the good thing about these ones, both of these, because they got this fine mesh, you won't see any cloth pulls on them. And this one you can actually pull out the little mesh basket, so you don't need to use a cheesecloth. So you definitely got to soak these, get rid of any curd that is sticking on them after them, and there's some cleaning instructions on their website, which is really good. But if you're looking for these, they're called Cadova. This one was about 114 euros, which is about 190 Australian dollars. So he's also got a massive big one. I don't know if he got this from the same place. It looks like it's by the same company, but there's no name on it. This is just your traditional shape with a curved top, big bottom. This would do between 3 and 4 kilos of curds. This one is 1.5 to 2 kilos of curds. And this one was a 2 kilogram of curds, or 1.5 to 2 kilos, same kind of sizes as the Gouda mold. There's a whole bunch of other ones. These ones here that we stock, obviously we sold them to him. So I'll be using those as my other ones age. That happens. Also, there's also some, this looks like a brie mold. I don't know why it's got a follower, but similar shape to a brie. Or Saint Paulin is another type of cheese you can make with that one. These are smaller molds, probably only hold about 800 grams of curds. There's a couple of those, which are fantastic. There's a big hoop, which could also be used for, say, brie or any sort of very soft cheese. And there's a follower for that as well, just to apply a bit of weight. And there's actually a plate for the bottom, just to give the bottom the initial shape of the curds, to keep it flat, so it doesn't get any like reed matting effect. There's a couple of hoops as well, which I don't normally use, but it'll be interesting. And there's hoop weights as well that you can put on top to press the cheese on top a little bit. So there's a few of those as well. What else we got? Oh, there's a Manchego mold. which is very similar, in fact almost exactly the same as the one that Tracy Johnson sent me recently as a gift, which was really lovely of her. And this has an insert as well, so it has to be cleaned really thoroughly, and the insert gives the pattern to the manchego, you know, they like that basket sort of weave. So there's that one as well. That takes about a kilogram to 800 grams of curds. There's some smaller ones with rounded tops, so these are very dinky little things. You can make small chowders. They're actually called small gouda molds or small chowder molds. And you probably put about, what, 300-400 grams of curds in those to make a baby chowder. Not sure what this thing is. I think it's a utensil holder, but I don't know, it's got holes down the bottom, so you could use it to drain something. So that'll be interesting. There's a couple of other PVC hoops. I don't know if I'll use those. PVC is not really used for cheese making. Smaller baskets, lots and lots of mats, which is very cool. Different mats for draining cheeses. I've got most of these myself. And a big jug to fill things up with water or milk or what have you. He's also got, moving right along, quite a few of these brining style buckets. These are rice cookers. This one's by this is called Micro by Clip Pack. I don't know who Clip Pack is, I've never seen them before, but very similar size, about 3.7 to 4 litres or 1 gallon of brine. You could fit in all of these containers. So there's 4 of those, which are fabulous. A couple of cheese press springs, which is really good. You can never do without those. Also got some ripening boxes, which look like meat marinators. Freezer proof, stackable, microwavable, dishwasher safe. And you just put the mats in there and put the cheeses in. They're 3.2 litres, which is a good size. That'll fit a really good size cheese in. And there's a couple of those. It's also something that's, if anybody knows what it is, please let me know. I think I'd probably use this for, say, pressing halloumi. But this is I think it's been bought, a plastic container, and it's got holes drilled into it. And then, I'll just move that there. It's got a pressing plate that just sits on top, and there's some ply band that goes with it. So I think it might be some sort of, maybe for halloumi or a big dose of, say, feta you could make in there and then cut it up afterwards, so that would work. What else we got here? So that's all that. There's a couple of those. Also, there's a very large stainless steel pot. So the bottom pot is 20 litres, and the top pot, it's a double boiler. Hang on, let me just get some space. So many things to play with. It's like Christmas. Right, so just a normal stainless steel lid, and it's got a full pot. So this is a double boiler sort of situation. You can use both pots separately. Now, because I use a sous vide or a precision cooker all the time, I'll just have to buy a bigger plastic container to put this one in, 20 litres. So this would be perfect for making cheeses with moulds, you know, the big 3 kilo. So perfect for that. And the top one's 16 litres, or what's that, 4 gallons and 5 gallons at the bottom. Also got a myriad of presses. So this one's like the one that I sell, but the rods are actually longer. So it's actually a taller press. So you can actually fit, can we fit the big gouda mold or chowder mold underneath it? Let's just wind that up. Let's have a look. No, it's not tall enough for it. No, it won't be tall enough. Probably tall enough for the manchego and stuff like that, but it is significantly taller. He's replaced the stainless steel bars to make it a bigger cheese press. There's another cheese press he's got. This one's just a plate one with some weights on it. And you could do multiple of those, say, small chowders at the same time. So that's interesting. That'll work well. He's got a whole bag of ply band, and those who don't know what ply band is, you can get it. He's imported this from thecheesemaker.com, which is a cheese-making website in the US. So it's a porous plastic sheet which is used for cheese making these days, and it actually helps when you're making cheeses that have been heated up to high temperatures using thermophilic culture, and it doesn't stick to the cheese like traditional cloth or cotton cheese cloth does. So ply band's really good if you're making those Alpine or Italian style hard cheeses. So yeah, so ply band. It's also a very nice, here we are, a very nice curd cutter. Not sure where he got it from, but a nice looking design. It's a little wood, there's some hardwood on the outside, very tight strings, bit of brass by the looks of it as the pipe. There's brass in the middle and stainless steel down the bottom, and there's a different type of hardwood at the top, looks like maple maybe. But yeah, really nice curd cutter, very big. It'll fit certainly tall enough for this these big pots, so perfect. My other stainless steel one's a little bit smaller, might not reach all the way down, but yeah, that's fantastic. One other thing, two. So there's another press. This is the one I was thinking about before. So another one he's made. It looks like he's made it, which is great. So it's based on the spring press, same design but bigger, stainless steel threads, all that sort of stuff. And he's got a pan. This is just a normal baking tray, small one, and he's drilled holes into it so it drains. So when you put the press in there, you can actually have it on a slight angle and it'll drain through the bottom onto the sink if you haven't got a big enough sink area. Now this mould, the big Howder one, will fit under it no problems at all, but it needs something to help it press. So he said, don't lose this. This is one of the things he told me. Don't lose this, because it fits under there and it works not only with this press but with a really big hardwood press he gave me as well, which I'm going to show you that next. There she is. You can't even see me. This is a massive hardwood press. It looks like red gum or some sort of Australian hardwood. Yeah, it definitely is. And it's just a lever press. And the good thing about it is it can all come apart. I don't know how high you can see that. So it all comes apart for cleaning if you need to. Needs a bit of a clean, but that's no big deal. Now, one thing I don't have, and maybe Lindsay can help me in an email, is the different weights for the different notches, whether it's like a constant 2 kilograms or 4 pound weight that you put onto, you know, hang off like a milk carton or something like that filled with water. So yeah, that's what I'm missing. But using the, where did it go? So using, hopefully you can see this, all the way up, you can use, to say, the Edam mould, that fits no problems. What about this big one here? Let's get that out. And that big one fits as well, which is great. So yeah, I'm not going to have any, oh hang on, you can't see me now. There we go. I'm not going to have any problem pressing with these really big moulds as well. So thank you, Lindsay. That is just a gift from the gods. It's just magical. Thank you so much for giving me all of this equipment. I cannot thank you enough, honestly. I'm always open to donations of cheese making equipment if you don't want to use it anymore. The reason he gave it to me, and I was quite happy to accept, is because his other option, really, he was really pressed for time. The other option was he was going to take it and dump it in landfill, and I thought, no, not a waste. What a waste. So I took the effort of driving, what was it, 150 kilometres one way, another 150 back, so 300 in total. So luckily my car is a hybrid EV, it's a plug-in hybrid. So the good thing is my car also has heated seats. So any of those who know about dealing with nerve pain caused by, you know, the back injury that I have, the pain is dampened by heat, which is good, or lessened by heat. So I had the chair on hot the whole time and hardly any pain, which was really good. So I can drive up to an hour and a half. We took a couple of stops along the way just to stretch to make sure that, you know, I wasn't doing any damage. So yeah, that was good. And I'm glad I took the time, because Lindsay really has gone above and beyond and given me a whole bunch of stuff to play with here and to make the channel grow as I get better with this back injury. So thanks for persevering with me today during this haul video. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. Did I miss anything? Oh, one final thing. So one final thing, there's some Star San, which is, you know, a no-wash sanitizer. I prefer to use a little bit of chlorine bleach, you know, only 2 tablespoons to sanitize my stuff, or use white vinegar as a sanitizer. But there's some Star San there, and that works. People use that all the time. I know a lot of cheese makers that use Star San to sanitize their equipment. Alrighty, thanks for persevering with me today during this cheese equipment haul. It's just been overwhelming. I'm very humbled, like I said, that Lindsay chose me to take all the stuff off his hands, and I'm very grateful to him. So big thank you, and please thank Lindsay in the comments of the video. That'll be lovely. I'm sure he'd be chuffed to bits. Anyway, don't forget that if you want to buy any equipment, probably not some of this stuff's been imported to Australia, you can pop over to littlegreenworkshops.com.au. We have an extensive range of equipment, supplies and kits to make cheese at home in your very own kitchen. Well, thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time.